Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, just let us know whenever you got to go.
We're back. Thank you for being with us. Dan Soder, thank you for being with us. We have a hard out in a half hour, so if we end very abruptly.
I got to go get Wawa and then take a shit in the shower before the shows.
Ooh.
I got to, you know.
And I'm fat. God damn. Dude, we can't talk about food, dude. I'm on a fast all day. I'm on a fast until this evening.
What are you fasting for?
Well, Tom McCusker gave me, I'll look up the name of it, but it's a tea made from a cactus that's got a high concentration of mescaline in it.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm going to take this tonight, and but I was told, I almost took it before Stoner Dads. We almost recorded a podcast on it, but I was told that you have to have an empty stomach, and I had just eaten a big breakfast. And so I would have just puked all over myself and my pants and shit like that.
So instead of making you puke, it's going to make you trip ass.
Yeah. So it's Peruvian torch tea is what I'm taking. And I'm terrified because he said it tasted like he was throwing back alien cum. He split the batch in half. He took half. He said, this might be it. This is it. That was his review. He goes, this is it. But it tasted like alien cum.
So it was just like he had a
So
great
I can't eat
time.
all day. I'm going to be nervous about taking this. And then I'm going to drink it, and it might still make me gag and hurl. And he said it was the best ever.
What if you loved alien cum?
Yeah, what if it was so good? And then aliens were like, check this slut out. Slut can't get enough of her cum.
That shit mostly just melts spaceships, and that guy's guzzling it.
Oh my God, this fucking pig, dude.
That guy's drinking it 3 at a time.
One small slurp for man.
Oh, look at him go.
That would be nice, man, because you're probably the most intelligent person I know. So if you got in the good graces of the aliens through sucking their meat, just imagine how powerful you guys could be together.
Oh my
I'd get
God.
everybody in. Once I get, let me suck a little bit of alien bird, I'm getting all the boys on the ship.
Yeah. But then they're like, it's kind of like a packed nightclub where they're like, hey, 3 in 1, like 1 in 1 out. Like, you got to suck us off if you want to get in. Like,
Yeah, there's space over there, and we're just like, yeah, this is kind of beat. Let's just go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, I sucked a lot of alien cum to get us in here.
Man, I just sucked off GlassCon 9. It's like, oh, he works security. He doesn't, has nothing to do with
he's
the overall
a friend
operation.
of a friend. You suck him to get the backstage pass. You suck him to get into the tractor beam.
No.
No. He's like, oh, that was some good glop glop.
Sure, I'll take you to our leader.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do for it?
Oh, Zoe. Oh, you suck a good egg. You suck a good penis. We have the same word. It's weird. Isn't it weird that we have the same exact word that you do? Huh.
That would be cool. Some dork looking through his fucking telescope into space, he just sees you sucking fucking alien.
And then they have
Yes,
like fucking,
we guess your friends can come in.
they're like fan necking, so you know that you're doing well. And he's like, oh damn, dude, Butterly's going nuts on that hog.
I have an exclusive deal with like a telescope provider.
Yeah, it's your OnlyFans, it's your only scopes, and you're like, dude, you need a fucking telescope.
He's using his 2 fingers to hold your hair back.
Yeah. It's like,
If you believe they fucked a guy on the moon, guy on the moon.
What if they made you do intergalactic porn?
you would
That
never
would be
see
tough.
it. No one on Earth would see it. It'd be like being a famous soccer player from the United States. you'd be everywhere else. They'd be like, whoa, this fucking slut. And then here they'd be like, I don't know what that guy
The
does.
only tell is I'm wearing very fancy clothes with like rings on the shoulders. Like, what's this guy? Who's he?
I got this in Zordop 9.
Damn, only aliens would know you're doing fucking alien porn.
Aliens would look at you and
Patreon
they'd be
numbers
like,
are public, dude. Where are you getting money for rings on your shoulders?
yeah. You go,
Don't
listen,
worry about it.
It's called supplementary income.
Wait a minute, isn't that the star of WET?
Well, Zoiks, I watched you take on 3 Glorians by a pool.
And then you're like, Tim, what happened? And you go, don't worry about it, dude. Let's just say their ears aren't ears.
I'm wearing an alien worm skin coat.
Yeah. Like,
What, this? No, it's just a trip, dude.
yeah. You're a,
Lucen, Bobs, and Glableeps.
you're a hilf, a human I'd love to fuck. You just do HILF porn, where it's all the same thing. Where it's just it's just, all the HILF porn is just them, and then coming to Earth and us being like, I don't know what to do.
Oh, step Earthling, you're stuck in the portal.
Yeah.
You're sure your leader is in here?
Okay.
Yeah, dude, totally. For sure, bro. I got your leader. I got the leader right in here. Come on, man.
And then no one on Earth would know what you do. Everyone would be like, dude, I think Timm's doing pretty well somehow.
What are you
I'm
doing on
growing
Pluto?
new parts and like turning purple and shit.
Yeah, you're understanding our thoughts before we have them.
Somehow Sandusky is still connected to this.
I control their little butts. I feel like if aliens were like real and very smart, they would just put some of like they would have to be here watching us. Like these fucking idiots.
Yeah.
These fucking rock monkeys.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And I think, well, guys like Neil deGrasse Tyson and people like that, they probably assume that aliens would be watching their shit to see what's going on. And they could not be less interested. This is the shit that aliens would be getting into.
Colin Quinn has a new hour, and he has one of my new favorite jokes where he just talks about aliens. What if they sucked and we didn't want to hang out with them? And they're just like using terms from like 20 years ago where he's like, oh, that's awesome sauce. He goes, man, we don't do that anymore.
Oh, man. That's like seeing European tourists and they're wearing like 2 jeans styles ago.
What are you doing? Levi's white t-shirts?
Yeah.
What are you doing? This isn't the fucking
Dude,
early
ripped
2000s.
and faded. Come on, man.
Yeah, but it's like we don't know. They could just suck. They're just good at traveling.
Mike, Ben put us in a comic book that he drew.
Oh, what are we doing?
Well, it was about these 2 guys who, from the title on the page, they lived on some planet. Oh, I forget the name of the planet, but it said in parentheses, a cool planet. And you and I had a cameo because these guys got a job at a pizza shop on the cool planet, and you and I were ordering a space pizza. And they dropped it off, and then when they get there, we were the coolest guys ever, and the aliens were like, they were chilling with us.
I feel that way because I think your son has said something.
This was like 2 days ago.
That's awesome.
buddy. Seeing like our kids' reactions to like us being like high level retards.
Yeah.
Like we're just retards into our 30s and 40s, and like seeing our sons being like, all right, well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, dude. Because I think they can understand, like, you play Rocket League, they play video games, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, our dads suck.
Our senses of humor line up exactly.
Yeah, like I remember just whenever I would be around my dad, he was like drinking, smoking, and doing the bad dad shit.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, I don't really know if I relate to it, but I want to be around him. But it's got to be cool to have a dad. You're like, oh, I'll play in Rocket League.
Well, yeah, so my dad lined up with me on a couple of things, like playing guitar, certain like movies, food, like Mystery Science Theater. So I do remember that being my favorite shit ever. So
I mean, that's like me and Mel Brooks
I hit
or
that
the
note
49ers.
every time I can.
Yeah, that is a fucking cool thing because I like love the Niners because I was like, me and my dad would be like, oh yeah, this is fun. Let's watch this. But yeah, it's got to be awesome. It's like having that shit with your kid.
Yeah, imagine giving your kid that in like every aspect of his life. It's the best ever.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's funny you're talking about the Niners because like I remember like the thing that I bonded most with my dad was the Eagles.
Yeah.
And I remember going to an Eagles game with him. Like I was probably late teens, and he was having so much fun, and I was like, oh man, he's so cool to hang out with. But then he could not stop screaming, "Who let the dogs out?"
That's
like, all right, man. Dude,
that's the embarrassment of a teenager. That's like you being a teenager and you're like, all right, shut the fuck up.
Might have been an alien.
Who let the dogs out? I love it. I love that. Like by the fifth one, you're like,
the flying saucer lands and just the Baja men get out.
oh my God. It all makes sense. It all fucking comes together.
Yeah.
Baja men, you think they're rich?
Yeah, probably.
You gotta be, because it made it into commercials.
You don't know who owns the licensing though.
Oh, true.
You don't know, like, they could have just gotten paid like $200K and then it's gone.
Did Moby? I think Moby like set out to make music for commercials. I think Moby was like, ooh, like a car used like some shit he made, and he was like, okay.
They get paid. They get paid a
cracked the
lot
code.
of money.
So
I hope the Baja Man made it.
That's not going to help us.
Yeah, I wish we could check the worth of the Baja men. I want to know.
Yeah, I wish we could as well.
Oh, there you go. Thanks.
I'll bet
Did you get that from one of your alien Johns? You fucking slut.
I actually have the Baja Men's phone number.
Did you get it from your fucking Galaxy
Dude,
daddy?
I googled Baja Man singular.
Yeah, Baja Man.
The rest of them were killed. It died of fire.
It says 17 million.
It's not that high.
There's no way that's true.
No.
You think it's higher or lower?
Lower.
What?
I don't know, man.
There's no way.
There's
they
no
own
way
the
they
rights.
have $17 million.
Yeah, no way.
Wait a
There's
minute.
no way.
If there's any indication of what the record grossed during its heyday, it's the $500,000 Baha Men paid the song's original creator, Anselm Douglas.
Anselm Douglas, dude. Good for him. He's got all the money.
But that's probably a percentage of what they made. It's probably like 10%. Yeah, so 17 million. God damn,
You know,
dude.
so around there. I like,
Actually,
I like your quick math. You go, so round that up. It's about 17 million.
That's actually. I'm not supposed. I'm not.
Throw the zero at the end. Yeah, that works out.
I'm not supposed to say this, but that's actually Lewis's secret musical act for Skankfest this year.
Oh.
I'm gonna stab them all.
Yeah.
He goes, I asked for Baha Men, not Baha Man.
Doggy, what am I going to do with one Baha Man?
I see one. Where are the other two?
He sings "Who Let the Dogs Out." Mike starts stabbing people in the crowd.
It trips him. Oh no! You set off Rainy. Get back, Scruffy! Get back, Scruffy! Olives. Don't. I smell olives. I smell olives.
Yeah. But yeah, what we are doing is high level retardation.
It's great.
That's why when I said when we came to the bonfire, I said I felt like we were at Retard Top Gun.
Yeah. You are the most retarded in the world.
Pack your bags, you're going to Queeramar.
Yeah, dude, it's like it's one of those things where you know, like the thing that gets you in trouble at every other job is what makes you good at this job.
Yeah, and it's like I feel like I was.
So if you're bad at your job, don't ever stop being bad. Just go start a podcast.
Oh, dude, I had actually had a deep realization about how bad I was at my first IT job today, and it was kind of focused around this one guy. So my first IT job, all my IT jobs are fake. I didn't go to college, and I just kind of like made stuff up and kind of like learned stuff on my feet.
Did you know any of the stuff? Like, were you useful?
I would pick it up in conversation as someone would be asking me a question about something. I would be learning the answer, or I would learn how to not give an answer.
You did improv IT.
It was.
You're like yes, and
I wish
F6.
it made more money. Yeah. And yes, and delete.
Yeah.
So
yes, and delete's perfect.
That's
the perfect name for an improv IT group. Yes, and delete. All right,
that's the only way you can make
Come on.
IT or improv worse.
Yeah, it is. That's how you get a mass shooter. Is you put those things together, IT and improv.
Imagine the sex crimes that you'd be capable of.
God. The dirt, but you just learn all while you were there.
Yeah, everywhere I went, I would just pick it up and then I would repeat back like the most high level thing I'd heard.
All right, looks like the Baha Men are worth 17 million.
But my first job was I was a consultant, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was an IT guy at an IT company, and we were like outsourced IT for all these law firms in the city. And the way that our performance was graded was by how many billable hours we reported every week.
Mm-hmm.
So if I went and I replaced someone's fucking keyboard, that would take me 15 minutes. And when I was starting out, I was the lowest guy. All I was doing was these tiny little 15-minute jobs. And at the end of the year, they'd be like, hey, man, you're barely billing these people for any time. And I'm like, yeah, you're not giving me anything that takes long.
Yeah.
And then there was this guy, Joe McNutt. And he was like an
awesome name.
older dork guy. He looked like if the mad scientist from Nightmare Before Christmas could walk, but he was like a tall man, like big bald head, white hair along the rim, glasses, and he had like a bag on on wheels that he would take, and it was like his nerd toolkit.
Yeah.
So here's what I learned yesterday. Everywhere he went, he'd sit down, he'd crack open the case, put out like a thing, unload the toolkit, binder zipper full of CDs that could do all this stuff. And he would put on like a show. And at the end of the day, be like, I billed them for 8 hours.
Damn.
And I'd be in and out everywhere I went. I'd be like, I'd get everything done as quickly as I could. And I just caught shit for it every day. And
you weren't making him any money.
And I never picked up on the signal like, dude, drag your feet, fuck up. Stop doing it right. Like, I was so eager to not get found out as a fraud that I was crushing it. And instead, I was supposed to be kind of like a shyster.
Yeah.
and I never learned that.
That's crazy. You were a good employee because you were a bad employee.
Yeah, I was a good dude. I'd show up and there would be like a nervous office manager with like a lesbian haircut, but that's just because she was from Northeast Philly and they don't understand style.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, I'm going to get in trouble for spending the money on an IT service. And I'd be like, don't worry, I'm going to have this done before I can even start billing you. And then I would just like get crushed.
Tim, would all the fat ladies
I was
with their
so bad
shoes off like try to make reasons for you to stay?
Oh God. Oh my God. Yeah, they'd want me to date their nieces. I do think that the fat pigs who kept 4 pairs of smelly shoes under their desk wanted me under their desk for as long as possible.
We're like, smell those.
It's like, oh,
Those kids are fucking
I'd
getting
be
me.
reaching behind a computer and trying to keep my nose above the desk level.
It just turned off.
I don't know what happened.
And you're like,
Yeah. Well, actually, the worst one was that I think I told you about this. There was a gay black lawyer who he kept having us send guys out, and then when we get there, his computer would just be flooded with photographs of him fucking white guys.
Johnny Cockman?
nice.
That'd be a great pseudonym for
I
him.
think so too.
Would he get it? Would he do that so you guys would see it?
Yeah, and he'd be like, "Oh, just close that."
Oh, sorry.
Whoops.
Oh, sorry. That's just me getting
Oh,
what I like to
whoops.
call reparation.
Objection, Mr. IT man.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's just a little bit of rainmaking.
Oh, sorry. This is me taking my country back.
Yeah. So if you're bad at your job, maybe it's just because you're doing it too good.
Yeah, that what you're explaining right now is pretty much America, where it's like, how many billable hours are you getting?
I was punished.
We don't want things to work.
We're not cranking up those billboards.
We
So
don't
now,
want.
it completely changed my mind because I made fun of this guy Joe every day. And I love it. He was a nice guy. He was just an old nerd.
Yeah.
But now I'm just like, God, I gotta respect the craft. The dude showed up. He'd be like, he'd pull out like the can of duster with like an attachment and then like go through the keyboard, and I'd be like, what is this old nerd doing? No
Yeah.
one needs to do this shit.
In and out. And he's like,
Star employee.
yeah, he's like, that's not where the money is, you
Yeah.
fucking moron.
Dan, did you have a job at any point where you thought like, fuck, this is what I might be doing with the rest of my life?
Yeah, waiting tables.
Mhm.
When I was first moved to New York, I was like, damn, I got let go from the radio station, and I wasn't going to go to like Indiana to do radio. So I was like, I'm in New York doing stand up. Stand up was like going all right, but I was like young. I was in my 20s, and I was just like, this sucks. I might just be a waiter. And then there was like, you'd see lifer waiters, and you're like, oh shit, you can make good money.
Yeah, he made it work.
There's like guys who are like, I work dinners and I upsell, and there's just like all that shit, and I was like, oh, I'll have a bet.
I have a new girlfriend all the time. It ends poorly and publicly.
Yeah,
Everyone knows about it.
I go home and I tell them I know about wine. It was like that kind of shit where you're like, is that going to be the road I go down? That was like the thing where you could see that trap.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
dark.
you'd see people like who were chasing acting or fucking writing or comedy or whatever, and they were like, you would watch them at the restaurant slowly be like, I'm actually taking a job at Morton's, and it's going, and you're like, oh, there you go. Oh, you're out. Oh, he's out.
Oh no.
He's just a lifer. So yeah, that's what I was worried about. I was worried about that.
Did you do anything to keep yourself purposely hungry? Like, did you do anything to self-sabotage to avoid a sweeter setup because you need to
Yeah.
get comfy? Yeah.
My buddy worked at a restaurant that was like really good money. And he was like, I can get you a job there at lunch. And I was like, dude, I got to stay at this shitty Mexican restaurant because I want to leave. And I can't have a job that's like kind of easy and good money and like at a cool restaurant. I shit like that would make me, if things were going well, it would fuck me up.
Yeah.
Because then I would just get late. That's why moving to LA was never an option, because I would just get comfortable. I'd have a backyard and it'd be nice. I'd be like,
Is that how it goes when you move to LA?
I think there's people like find out that you have more space than the East Coast. So they just like go, and then they're like, oh, it's sunny. And then you don't want to work.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. You
Like, I
gotta
like
keep the
being-
dog hungry.
You got to be a little miserable. That's why I like living in New York. You're like, oh, this kind of does suck.
You're on
But I go into a thing that I like.
Mhm.
So it's worth it. You know?
You're definitely onto something. I'm nervous though, because I like to think that if I was presented the comfortable option and the difficult option, but the real path, I'd like to think I'd make the right choice. But we all
but
do.
but then that there's a reason it's a comfortable path, because the comfortable path is like,
Yeah, you get
wanna
stuck
do
in
this,
there.
and you're like, oh, all right, this is nice.
It's the most tempting. I mean, we're probably getting to the core of what it means to like be who you are.
Yeah, yeah, because I have friends that like were really good at stand up, and then they moved to LA, and then they were like, oh, well, I kind of want a regular schedule. I don't want to go
Being
on the
a
road.
PA is not that bad, actually. It
Yeah,
pays
but
pretty
now they're
good.
like writing major shows, or like they work at a production company and they're like used to be comics, and they're like, what sucks is when they talk to you like you're a retard for still doing stand up. They're like, so you still do it? And you're like, yeah, I love it. You loved it. What are you talking about? And they're like, I don't know. I just kind of like having my weekends, and I like how. And you're like, shut up, dude. But that's the comfortable path.
Yeah,
They're
well,
very comfortable.
It's ironic because much like L.A., that's about to break off and slide into the ocean,
Dude.
Like that's going the cushy writers' room, I think.
And they're gonna come back, and then they're gonna be like, I always like stand
Yeah,
up.
I mean,
Oh,
I tried to hook you guys up the whole time.
I was telling you, I could have got you on the show, and you're like, "Fuck you, dude." Yeah, I don't know. I always worry about that, about getting too comfortable or getting like too complacent,
We talk about that a lot.
and then you're just
sure.
like, "Oh, I'm not." I think that's how, like, everyone talks about being canceled. I think the problem in comedy is people that get too rich, because like all the top comics, when they get too rich, they all start being like, "This kind of sucks."
Yeah,
It's very hard to be like very like Bill Burr is wealthy and funny still, and that's got to be very hard. It's like that Tracy Morgan joke I always talk about on 30 Rock, where he's like the stand-up's not connecting with your audience, and he's like, people from East Hampton eat their lobster like this, and you're like, you know what I mean? Like when Louis got canceled, he lost like $37 million.
best thing that could happen to him.
And now he's still one of the best stand-up comedians.
Yeah.
Chappelle, when he left for Africa, saved himself because he walked away from $50 million. Stayed hilarious.
That was the Morton's lunch shift.
Yeah.
for Chappelle.
Yeah, it was. He was like,
I can't. I understand. I get tipped incredibly.
but I can't do it, man. I know it's 5 hours, but I don't want to be comfortable. And then he came back and took $60 million and fucking, you know.
Mhm.
And now he's just sweaty on stage with Elon Musk. Just doing 6-hour fucking marathon
What do you think
shows.
that green room's like after they both come off stage and Elon's like, yeah, I think that went pretty well, yeah.
And he's like, I don't know, man. I think you bombed and I saved you. Him doing the I'm rich bitch thing was like the clip that I saw. I was like, ooh.
Dude, how close do you think Elon is to starting doing stand up?
I bet he's done it.
I wouldn't doubt it, man.
I bet he's done it.
Yep.
I bet he's gotten people to go watch him do stand up.
Dude,
and
and
I
I-
bet it is dog shit.
Dan, I think I could imagine him organizing like an employee retreat
Yeah.
and doing it in front of them then.
I want to give you a little treat, or however he fucking talks. Where he's like,
Yeah,
"I'm
so I'm thinking I'll give you a little treat.
Yeah, oh
that
my
kinda,
God.
I don't know. I gotta listen to him
billionaire,
talk more.
but billionaire
I've seen
like
it.
stand up, trying it. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, dude. And
brutal.
I knew like low level corporate CEO types, and they would finish talking and then just like smile and look at you and just be like, you'd be just running through reactions, waiting to like make their, is this good? And they go, yes. And
Yeah,
they go back to their.
yeah, man. That's like it's being insulated.
We're
It's just,
excited
like
to,
having too many
announce-
people around you that are just like.
I'd like to see him doing it at like a coffee shop, and just some bitch is like, "Fuck you."
Dude, send them into Williamsburg or
Dude, just being the
fucking.
most viral woman of all time.
Oh, there was a lady that did that with. Wasn't there a lady that like yelled at Weinstein or somebody like that?
Mm.
Like yelled at somebody.
Oh, what the fuck? What?
I remember
yeah,
seeing
knew
a
that. At a
video.
restaurant?
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
seeing a video of a lady being like, "Fuck yeah," and you're like, "Oh yeah, white ladies gotta love that."
Oh no! It was Harvey Weinstein's
It's a
here,
comedy show, right?
and a lady was like, "Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
There's nothing more powerful than a woman with no power going, "Fuck you."
Oh my god, dude, a white lady.
You're
With,
a piece of shit.
a white lady with nothing to lose is the true Rambo. She'll just go in there and be like, "I'll blow this whole thing up."
I don't like it.
Yeah, and that's why.
I don't fucking like it.
That's why they get knocked out in fucking traffic situations.
Oh man, I would love to watch a compilation of that.
Women have this incredible ability to bounce back from a knockout. Like if two girls are fighting and one gets her knees buckled,
Yeah, they never
her
stay
butt
knocked
hits
out.
the floor and she's back up on her feet instantly.
Did you see there was recently the Boston Bruins played the Phoenix Coyotes, right? And there was a fight in the stands.
Oh, the
and
guy
this,
hit his head.
and this woman's wearing a Gronkowski jersey, and she just gets fucking laid out and is right back up trying to save her man.
Yep.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she'd even spill her drink.
Yeah.
She gets fucking
That's
clocked.
why I'm wondering if there's a benefit to being knocked out, and women like lack it because they didn't develop it through like physical conflict.
They just know how to. They're like those punching bags that are filled with sand. They just get right back up. Dude,
Plus,
it's fucking crazy.
I think the Gronkowski jersey adds fucking magic to, to a lady getting punched.
Yeah, it's like a thing where if you put it on, he gets the CTE. The CTE goes to actual Rob Gronkowski.
It's CTE Cerebro.
Yeah, he's just doing another commercial where he's trying to steal valor. Have you seen that? There's like a whole marketing campaign where he's just trying to steal valor from fucking people that have served, so he can be like, I got a discount from fucking Air Force Insurance.
Yeah, he senses a disturbance in the dumb bitch force.
He goes, I'm getting hit.
It's as though one annoying voice shouted out and was immediately silenced.
Dude, if you can find that video though, watch it, because this lady, it's like a big brawl and then fucking just gets
Danny, now's your time to shine.
absolutely crushed. And then she's just back up like, get the fuck off him.
Yeah, she's grabbing her boyfriend's wrist so he gets knocked out. Stop!
Dude, there's a classic video of a guy on the 4 train, and it's definitely in the Bronx, and it was on World Star, and this guy is wearing like an orange reflector vest, and he's clearly going home, and this lady is talking so much shit to him. She's like, fuck you, you piece of shit. There it is. I wonder if this is it. Yep.
Enhance.
Now you're going to see her right there in the Gronkowski jersey. See her by the red? Yeah. She's holding on to her boyfriend.
Yeah, now I see.
She's holding on to her boyfriend, and watch her get fucking clocked. I think the guy in the red gives her the business.
Oh.
Boom, boom, and she's out. And he's up, and she's up. There she is.
Oh, look at her. She fixed her pants, fixed her hair.
Pants, fixed her hair.
Wow,
Back in it.
okay.
Wait, and it's tucked in too. The jersey's tucked into her jeans.
God.
Oh, she's like, fuck you. We call that a fucking Dorchester nap. That's fucking nothing. That's a Foxborough slumber. You're not fucking knocking me out, you fucking cocksucker. Johnny, stop it. Stop it.
That was great. She really fixed herself. When she
Yeah, she like got up and we're like, ooh.
did her eyebrows.
Yeah. But this video, the guy in the 4 train, he's like, the guy in the reflector vest is like talking shit to this lady, and he's like, lady, stop. And she's with her boyfriend, and he's like, you keep talking shit, I'm gonna knock him out. And she's like, you ain't gonna do shit. And he just fucks this dude up that's with her, and as he's beating his ass, he's like looking at the lady, and he's like, you made me do this.
Oh my God.
It's like, how do you not break up with her immediately?
If I was her, I'd break out with him. Like, yo, why'd you get your fucking ass beat? That guy
He's
worked
like-
all day.
He's like, I was tired. You don't know what he was going through. He's like, I got the flu.
I had CrossFit last night, babe.
I'm fucking winded.
I did a fucking, what do they call it when they do a thing? I did a Murph.
Yeah.
I did a Murph last night,
Oh, a
babe.
tough mutter.
Yeah. My fucking quads were already burnt out.
I'm always interested with dudes that have girls that'll fucking pop off. And are like,
I thank God every day that my wife isn't like that.
yeah.
She defended me once at a hockey game. I thought she was going to beat a lady's ass because the lady told me to stop cursing.
Okay.
So my wife does have that dog in her.
That's my.
I might have to stab that dog someday.
Yeah. If we're on a walk and that dog turns towards me, I'll have that knife in my pocket.
But that's the only time I've ever seen that dog come out.
I had this ex-girlfriend, and we were at the movies one time, and it was us and another couple, and before the trailers even started, like the soda commercials.
Yeah.
And in front of us, I'm not kidding, an entire basketball team.
Yeah.
And they're like having a good time.
Yeah.
And I think, all right, maybe the lights went down for the first trailers and they're still being a little bit loud. And she goes, excuse me. And like asks them to be quiet. And they go, okay, we'll see you after. And I was like, well, now we can't watch the movie. And I like
Now I
made her
gotta
leave. I took her by the hand and I walked her out of the theater. And I said, what did you think was going to happen? She was like, well, they were being loud. You should have said something. And I'm like, I'm making you leave the movies now because otherwise you're going to get fucked.
Yeah.
This could be almost a pillaging
Yeah. This is Viking
because
shit.
of you. Yeah.
Because you open your stupid mouth.
Like my ancestors are gonna get fucked up because of you.
Yeah, go to the car and get your Rob Gronkowski jersey.
Yeah. I'm going to need you to take some big shots. Go across the middle. I'm going to need you to eat about 10 to 16 of these fists.
Let's say we go 90-10 on this beating. You're going to the hospital.
I'm going to cut out 10%, and I'm being generous. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to get a whomping. You're catching a full whomping.
No, I trust Mary Jo in a fight now, though. Now me and MJ in a fight, that's like Colossus and Wolverine. I'll throw her.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, she's got my back. But no, not in this situation, dude.
Dan, we're at about a half hour.
Oh, hell yeah. I can do like 5 more minutes.
This is fucking best.
Yeah, cool. Wow, we forgot to promote your shit on the public episode, dude. We're such idiots. At the end, we should have been like, promoting Dad Meat. Like, if you're checking out Dan Soder because he's here, this is Dad Meat, actually. Thanks for ending up here by happenstance. We do this show like all the time.
No, I think like now the payoff with podcasting is you just, like now I'll take clips from this and then use that to promote, you know what I mean?
Oh, sure.
It's all so incestuous.
Yeah. No, I think
suck it and fucking.
I think it actually is only getting better. I think what you're doing is growing a network of like reliable, just like dudes that you can stand to be around.
It's fun, dude. It's fun. Like when you this Andy Pace wrote, what's up, Andy Pace? He wrote Bonfire Sirius Channel 96, I think. I don't know. Who knows? It's Faction Talk 103, but I appreciate it. It's fun because it's like what comedies, when you get older, comedy becomes like when you would go to work, whether it be like Bed Bath & Beyond or fucking Red Robin, and you had that friend that you liked that you didn't know super well, but you just knew enough that you're like, oh, all right, this shift will be, that's what comedy is now. You like see a guy, you're like, hey, what's up, fucking pussy? You're like, this shit,
Same ratio of old black guys.
Same ratio.
That as well.
Same
for
exact
sure.
ratio. Same exact ratio.
Yeah, there's nothing that depresses me more than like imagining reaching a level of success that means I'm just like spending every weekend in a hotel room by myself. So
It's pretty rad.
I just want to hang out with my boys. I just want to hang out with my
I don't know. There is a part of me that truly enjoys like just going on the road to being like, it's a sleep day. I'm just gonna sleep all day and play Switch. And then go
Are you a
do
jerker at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First thing, Thursday when I check in, it's like, dude, there better not be anything wrong with this room. 'Cause if I've gone in, jerked, and had to move rooms, and then they're like, sorry, dude, I already kind of put a ghost in there.
Yeah, that pile of towels was already in the bathroom when I got
Yeah, it was already there. I've gone into rooms. I went into a room one time in Austin, and it wasn't reset. It was just, and I was like, oh man, do I jerk in here?
I'll blame it on them.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting a free one right now.
Now, you told me they don't clean the comforters. Is that true?
They do not.
No, they clean the sheets.
Oh,
They clean the sheets on the comfort.
Yeah, you should never lay naked on the comforters. Yeah, always crack it.
Under it. Imagine getting under it
Oh, without the sheet?
without the sheets.
Yeah.
No, I'm being spoiled because every time I get to travel, it's like with my fucking best friends. Like if I had to
badass.
flip the switch and become more successful and isolate, I think it would really fuck me up.
For me, the hard part was like starting doing stand-up, all that. Like it was like you would go to a city and you didn't know the feature, you didn't know the MC.
Yeah.
You just like go, and then sometimes you'd go to cities and it'd be like older dudes that resented you for being a headliner. And you're like, oh cool, this will be fun, and then he just tries to bury you with fucking local shit, and you're like, well, this sucks, and I got 5 shows of this. That happened a lot, where you just go and the guy's like, how old are you? Like, I'm 31. This was like, 9 years ago or whatever. Like 31. He's like, huh, and you're headlining. I was headlining when you were 5. It's like, well, clearly you sucked ass at it because you're fucking opening for me, you dickwad. And then the rest of the weekend, he's like, I was over in Ronkonkoma. What's going on with those guys? And then I'm up there fucking chomping shit. Yeah, but now it's fun because now I can go on the road and like bring a friend like Saint Germain or.
Isn't it the best?
Yeah,
Okay.
it rules.
All
It
right.
rules.
My
Now it
suspicion's
rules
different.
because, and also you have your own hotel rooms, so you can jerk.
Yeah.
And then you can go get lunch in a city that's underwhelming.
See, we're still.
We're still sharing rooms.
Yeah.
Okay,
I just got to
You guys
get
are
there
close.
before Tim.
You guys are close. Yeah, you got it. You're like, let me get at least an hour before you pop
It
it.
is nuts getting off the same flight and you get to the hotel and Mike's getting out of the shower.
Yeah. How did you do that?
Okay.
Also, why is the water so high? Did you clog it?
Yeah.
I jerk off under the covers, says Jibba. The funniest one is when I used to share hotel rooms with people. Shane was opening for me, and Shane went in the room and he likes to take like naked naps or whatever, and so he got under the
What the hell?
he got under the sheets and he was like, I'm taking a naked nap, and then he got up thinking it was funny, and he was like, thought he was hiding, and his balls were just hanging out, and he was like, and he's like doing that Shane face where he's like, it was in DC. He was like, I was like, dude, your balls are, he was like, oh shit.
He takes naked naps.
Yeah, dude, when he gets in a hotel. He used to, at least. I don't know if that was a thing to intimidate me or
Yeah,
not.
that doesn't seem like a behavior that changes.
Yeah. He's like, oh, you get in, you get nudie, and you get under the sheets. I was like, no.
No.
You guys fucking rule, dude. I love
You're the best.
hanging
You're the
out with
best,
you guys.
I appreciate this.
Fucking best, dude.
Yeah, I gotta go because I gotta go take a dump, maybe a jerk, and eat some Wawa before these shows. But you guys fucking absolutely
Yeah.
rule. And then come up and promote on Percs on Bonfire.
I would love to.
Yeah, in
Thank you.
January.
Let's
'Cause
do it.
we're off after next week, but
Hell
yeah,
yes.
that'd be awesome.
Well, thanks for everything.
And then Butterly, I need some tips on Rocket League. I gotta get better.
Well, I got all the time in the world.
All right.
I'm
I'm gonna call you next time I'm playing Rocket League.
Yeah, let's link up. I'll bring you up. All right, thanks
All right.
everybody. This is-
Dan, you're the man. Chat, you guys are fucking awesome. Thank you for joining us today. This has been a nice treat.
See you guys later.
Oh, dude, you're the fucking.